What's up, everybody? This is your girl Erica from the Classic Climb blog. If you hear me, if you see me, drop a one in the comments and let me know you can hear what's going on. Boys and girls, it's March. It is March Madness, and here is some more March Madness. DFW is now getting ready to open a terminal just for celebrities and the wealthy. Why? Because damn it, we do it big in Texas. And Texas is full of people who are rich and famous now, who have relocated here, and they don't want to be in the airport with you. They don't want to be in the airport with you. They don't want to smell you. They don't want to see you. They don't want to be near you. Now, there's levels to this. So many. There's other airports that do the same exact thing. It started with the lounges, right? We start letting people come in. They had a first class ticket. We let them come in if they have these certain particular credit cards. We let them come in for various reasons, right? To the lounge. But let me tell you, it's more than that. This is the beginning of the great separation. It's been happening, but now it's more in your face. If you haven't been paying attention in this economy, this environment, there are, and I've been telling y'all as I travel, there's sometimes I go to certain destinations, the plane's booked. Booked on booked on booked. It's booked next week. It's booked now. It's over the price. That what do you want is booked. And then I go to some cities and states and some little flower places, and the plane is half empty, if not 2/3 empty, which is rare. DFW is showing you the way of what's going to be happening. I spent a couple weekends ago at this point where I was up in the DFW, and I will say in the Plano area, and I was doing interviews, and I was on radio stations, and I was talking with people who are building subdivisions and doing partnerships. And a lot of what I'm trying to tell y'all is like, look, get ready, right? Get ready. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. But really, the truth of it is like, if you don't see yourself, and I'm gonna say these five just to be loose, right? If you don't see yourself in the medical industry, owning franchises, building construction, owning some commercial real estate or residential real estate, which again, Black people own less than 1% of commercial real estate space. If you don't see yourself owning, now why do I keep saying owning? Owning land and a few other things. Why am I saying the word owning? We have a big movement coming through in our community where people are like, yeah, Torino business, you don't even have to own these cars. Event space, you don't even have to own this space. Written out podcast studio rooms, you don't even have to own the space. And I'm telling you, that is dangerous. Because yes, getting your foot in the door, running some cash up is important. Cash flow is hella important, more now than ever. But if you don't own these spaces, you will move. Every day we'll go look on the news and some historic barbershop that's been there 50 years is moving. Some historic Black community is being moved. Some historic Hispanic. There's some Hispanic community restaurants and issues in Houston. They're now being asked to move. And so now they're doing this big community raise to get the money to buy the building. And it's like, hey. And this isn't just a white, Black, or Latino thing. We have the broken spoke here in Austin. The Father Dies. It's a classic industry. Music stars from all over the world have been in this place. This place is usually packed Monday through Friday, every night of the week. Money coming through that boy. Cash, 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 cash. He didn't own the land. Now he owned the building. He didn't own the land. So they came when they wanted to build apartments. They did it as a courtesy. Look, we're gonna release you this piece of land and barely give you a parking lot and let you stay here and be historic Austin. Right? There's a Black man down in downtown Austin named Mr. Sam's Barbecue. He owns his land in the building. They can't get him out of there. Like, hey, look, man, we'll give you $3 million. We'll give you $4 million. Every time he come on the news with the old Black man face, I'm kind of sad. $4 million is a lot of money. And then all of a sudden, everybody's like, no, Mr. Sam, don't sell. And then they stay in a line out front of his building. It's 4-5 days lining up to buy his barbecue, putting all kind of money in his pocket. And I'm trying to tell you, the separation is happening. Now, somebody said in the comments, I already see before I even getting here good. Before I even get here, listen. Real quick, corporate, commercial here, real quick. I'm going to tell you like this. Grab the Freedom Bundle. This is the last 32 days. It will be $97. Let me tell you now, when my name is Ericka Williams and my mouth is clear, April 5th, every single product that I sell will be $2,000. Yes, every single class, every single thing I have will be $2,000 except for the tax link course, because we're in a contract with a particular marketing company for the next 6 months for that. but everything else will be $2,000. So I'm telling you now, 32 days in advance, if you want the funding bundle, grab it now. Now, what's the difference? Ericka, you can't just make everything $2,000. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. It's very simple math. It's very simple math. I've always been very low with my prices to help my consumer, help my people watching the channel. And day in and day out, I show y'all people getting $85,000, $95,000, $100,000, buying rental properties, buying tax liens every single day. I've got over 900 testimonials. We've just been trying to shape them up, put them in blogs and put them in different places. We're done. We're done. We've done all we can do at the 101 level. Now, what does that mean? There's a 60-20-20 rule. Many of you don't understand it, and it's okay. This is a little segment for the commercial. There'll always be credit 101, finance 101, and stocks 101, right? There'll always be those genres. There'll be millions of people selling it and millions of people who need it. Always. Then there's a little wiggle room where I did y'all that video a couple weeks ago, which I'm going to take down and I'll put inside of a class. Sorry, got to do it. Where I tell you these price points will be $97 to $2,000. You're going to start seeing $2,000 is the normal price. Because there's a lot of times I rather work with 10 to 20 clients, maybe 40 at max a month, and make sure they get all the business funding they need, get all the stuff they need done, call them on okay, what can we do for you? Then work with 100 new clients every month or 200 clients every month. No thanks. No thanks. Not interested. I'm just not, right? I'm at a point. We've done this for 7+ years. I got people every day who buy the button like, man, I've been watching your channel for 10 years, man. I ain't bought nothing. I've been watching you for 5 years. I ain't bought nothing. But I bought something today, right? And it's okay. You don't ever have to buy a dime. These are free videos for that particular point. But I'm telling you now, April 5th, everything, $2,000. Just is what it is. I know my value. I know it actually should be $7,000 if I bundled everything up. But the point of it is the price has gone up. Values have changed. I want to be in a different marketplace. I'm going over here and I'm going to try to build $10, $20 million this year in real estate. How do I know it's possible? I'm in too many rooms where I just see dum-dums doing it, where I see people drooling on themselves that can do it. I'm telling you, the only thing that stops a lot of y'all is some like 20, 50K. That's what stops a lot of y'all. 20 to 50K stops a lot of y'all. And this is why when y'all, again, I'm bringing up the funding bundle again. I was talking on the phone with an older Black individual, and they're downing people who start businesses. And I've always did this and that. And I said, listen, good for you. Good for you. You've always been in the government job. Good for you. You got a high paying job early in life and you rode it out for the past 30 years. Congratulations. You have a new generation of people and some older folk who are very talented. And don't ever let someone tell you making $1,000 to $10,000 a month in your business is nothing. If you make an extra $1,000 a month in your business, that's $12,000 a year. Put it over a 5-year period, that's $60,000 extra in your pocket. It's better than working a part-time job. If your business makes $5K a month, that's an extra $60,000 a year. You're gonna let somebody look in your eye and tell you that's not no money? Right? Now, over 5 years, that extra $60K becomes what? $300,000. The reason people are pushing business because they know if you follow the systems, you follow the marketing, you call the leads, and you follow up, making 5 to 10K is nothing a month. And I know everybody gets insulted about that, but it's nothing in the business world, but it's a lot to people who work W-2s. Right? We have students in here who even say, well, I started making $2,000 a month in my business. My parents said that was nothing. That's insulting. That's insulting. I cannot. I've had phone calls with some of y'all where I said, you should never talk to that other person ever again. If they're insulting you, you need to get out of that room because the separation is here. The separation is now. I don't think y'all understand what I'm trying to tell you. Like I'm going to meetings and masterminds and events, and they are already preparing. Separate. I ain't gonna live over there. I'm not gonna be over there. And what's the thing I'm seeing? I'm just tell you right now. Maybe you've been paying attention. Maybe not. They buying farms. They buying farms. They starting here. The business rolling well. They get an office. They get a CFO. They get a COO that's running. They buy a farm. Meet Kevin out here rolling around on planes. Meet Kevin's children, and your children will never interact. I'm telling you, when I was in Plano, These people done put themselves up out of Dallas and put themselves over in Plano. Oh, Plano's overpriced. Oh, the taxes. Oh, the this and but why would you go out to Plano? I literally saw a famous YouTuber sitting and eating, famous, has a business with over 400 employees in Dallas area, eating with his wife out in the patio in Plano. And I was like, look at that. They are moving to areas where you won't feel comfortable, right? And these are the key words. When you ask people, do they feel comfortable in the area? Oh, it's boring over there. Ain't much going on over there. Because ain't no ratchet, ghetto, goofy activities. Nobody's burning tires in the middle of the road, so it's boring over there. Okay. This is the separation. This is the time. The mass separation is happening as we speak, right? When people, oh, Texas ain't nothing. Ericka keep talking bad about New York and California. You don't own any land in California or New York, and you don't own any property. You are a peasant. Like this is the little, like, you gotta hear yourself. Yeah, I'm in New York, and Ericka don't know what she's talking about. Do you own those brownstones in Brooklyn? Do you own any property in New York? You, a person who is not a landowner, is going to tell a landowner that they're doing better than them. That's insane, y'all. That's insane. So listen, don't worry. It's gonna hit you like a ton of bricks when you start seeing these parents. And the other day I brought this up. I mean, this is very important. When you see the parents at the parent-teacher conferences upset at the school boards, raising millions of dollars, that came out of DFW. They raised millions of dollars to run a campaign to get every single member off the board. CPAC helped raise more money, get 55 school boards across the whole United States changed. That's power. Not sending little JoJo to public school and something happened to him, and then you on TV begging for people to help you. That's not power. That's not power. That's sympathy. You want people to feel sorry for you. You have no desire for power. Listen, power and responsibility go hand in hand. This is something people really hate when I talk about it. But a lot of the reason you see so many people going, I'm going to live in Mexico. I'm going to go live in Thailand. I'm going to go live anywhere other than America. You can't make it here. And you don't want to do what it takes to make it here. What does that mean? That means you may have to move somewhere cheaper. You may have to move to another state. You may have to buy up land for 5 years in a different location. I am working with builders right now who are buying up land in one side of town. Gonna build that bad boy up and move to the other one and build up more expensive stuff. This is a very common conversation. We were in San Antonio, and we're in line to at this expensive location. I'm just gonna say it that way. And the man in front of us, he was a little zesty, and he's telling his friend, he's like, I'm so tired of paying these taxes. I bought 2 rental properties over there, and he named the neighborhood. I'm gonna be quiet. It was basically the hood, and he's like, I'm gonna get all the tax breaks. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get Section 8 too. Yeah, because I can get this right off. This is just common in the line conversation. The girl's like, you should really focus on this other neighborhood that has this. Like, they're having a full-blown conversation in the line in this wealthy location place, talking about how they're going to reduce their taxes via tax segregation by buying property in a low-income area and making sure they turn it into Section 8. This is a common conversation. This ain't even are you in a mastermind talk? No, this is somebody in line at a wealthy, expensive, high-end place talking casually. The separation is here, y'all. They don't want to be around you. They don't want, if they got to talk to you, hey, how you doing? But they really don't want to be around you. They don't want to be in the same hotels, the same spas, the same nothing. And this ain't about race. This is a class system. And why y'all don't believe me? Because you're in America, you chilling. You think everything's equal. Every man's equal. Yeah, under the eyes of God, sure. But you aren't equal to me, and I'm not equal to you. See, people don't want to hear that, though. That's Ericka being a jerk. But I want to put it to you this way. In a month or two, after April 5th, everything will be 2K. I'm telling you, there's a reason for it. There's a way we're using this marketing company and this other company. We're not going to listen. The 101 stuff, we're leaving for other people. The 101 stuff we're leaving for other people. There's millions of people who teach basic 101 to people. What I'm teaching is not basic 101, and I know it. We've delayed it, but I know it. So look, he right here said Wheels Up and NetJets. There's even more companies. I mean, you literally can go right now in California and literally LA, New York, Dallas, even here, right here in Austin. I can go over there in 15 minutes, catch a flight to go to Dallas. And that will leave 15 minutes from now on a semi-private plane. That's $200. But if you talk to people, no, I'm not paying that to fly to Dallas. I'll just pay $50 with American Airlines and be at the airport 2 hours early and run through all this traffic. Like, you don't value your time. Your time isn't important. That's why you'll do that. That's why you'll meet people who sit in the airport for days on end, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. They're not doing nothing with their time. They straight. When I was in Doha Airport, I saw people in the time lapse. I had to sit over there. They done went. They got in the showers in the private business area, came back out, changed clothes, eating dinner. I mean, like, it was very nice experience. And I know why people do it. Because there's a level of you've earned that separation from sitting on uncomfortable seats and being in uncomfortable places. You've earned it. Now, the problem is, if y'all notice when I talk on the phone with a lot of y'all hear it. Oh yeah, that sound good, and you don't do it. We've already had 1 or 2 students invest in the oil fields based off classes I've taught. I know it. I've had people come on this channel and make $1 million in sales off this channel. And I ain't just talking Terry. I'm talking several of the Tech Tuesday people are living quite well because hundreds of you guys have signed up and changed your life. I may not always get the testimonial out of you, but I know it. I get the emails. I get the, hey, I don't want to share my name. I'm scared my family might see. I get those. And you know why they're doing it this way? Why they're scared to show their face. They're scared to show their name. The great separation is happening. That's it. You don't want cousin Betty who don't got no teeth to come find your house. Trying to come to the cookout. Oh, I heard you had to cook out this weekend. Cousin Betty, you ain't got no teeth. What you trying to steal? And there's some people out there like that. Again, there's areas where the meth is taking over whole little counties and cities, and the town is just a sad leftover town with meth in it. There's towns like that. So when people argue with me about moving and relocating and investing, I feel sorry for you, really. Because it's like playing Monopoly with a 5-year-old. You don't realize what's about to happen. You're going to go overseas, goof off and play for a year or two, and in 2 years, you're going to be like, I need more money. I need something. I need this. I need that. Right? You see, Croatia's got 5,000 nomads coming every single month. You don't think Croatia's going to stay cheap? Croatia can't stay cheap at that rate. They're going to be like Italy in a little while. Give them a minute. It's a long country. Lots of places you can hit and hide out and be and hang out with. Now, again, one thing people try to say, well, Ericka, you can buy property in other countries. Why are you doing this misinformation? I literally, me and my significant other were talking with a couple. The woman is from Romania. Her parents are from Romania. She was born in Ohio, but her parents are from Romania. She still got family in Romania, and she owns a farm out there. Well, guess what? The banks and everybody jerking her around. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? So she fly over to Romania. Hey, what's up? Where's the money? What y'all doing? Oh, we need some more paperwork. Well, I'm only gonna be here for 2 weeks. 2 weeks, that ain't long enough. See, this is what y'all don't understand. Y'all run into play in these other countries and you don't have the hands or feet or the people you think you have over there to run it like you think you're gonna do. Y'all gonna go over there and somebody gonna beat the S out y'all. Y'all gonna go over there and y'all gonna get swindled. Y'all gonna go over there and you're gonna be like some of these white dudes that have died on YouTube and nobody come and collect their body at the morgue. Sorry, I had to say it. Y'all gonna be out there looking goofy. And you know it. You already know it. You know before you say it out here on this internet. But I support travel. Trust me, I'm your girl. I support it. I've traveled my whole life. From 12 to 22, we did a carnival cruise in multiple cities every year. A military kid lived in Germany, lived overseas, lived here, lived there, lived Alaska, lived Maryland, Alabama, North Carolina. Trust me, I've seen a thing or two. I'm on my second passport book at this point. I think they gave me an extended one as a kid, and they just said, look, girl, you got to get another one. You got to get a whole brand new one. This is too much. Too many stamps. I couldn't even get pages. None of that. Like, new book, you're an adult. You don't even look like this anymore. It's like, okay, thank you. I just know what's coming, and I have been so adamant about y'all preparing yourselves. I get it. You're nervous. Yep. It's been a thing for a while now in New Jersey. They got a whole airport to themselves called T-Borough Airport. Prime example here in Austin, Texas. There was a big lawsuit. And this is why I'm telling y'all, they make money off poor people. They had a South terminal. If you flew Spirit Airlines, you flew Sun County Airlines, what's that other cheap ass one? JetBlue. You had to go over there. You couldn't even come to Austin Airport. You had to go to South Terminal. They had big signs, take your ass over there. Go 2 miles down the street. It's a whole nother terminal. It's actually like, it's like, it's like a good 3-4 miles. You can't walk it and you can't ride a bus. You're going to have to drive over there to that terminal because that's where y'all go. Now, pandemic happens. Austin goes, well, we can absorb them a little bit. They take them over. The other terminal goes, oh no, you guaranteed us those poor people for 5 years. We're going to sue y'all for $90 million. And guess what? They actually sued them for $200 million. But guess who they had to pay $90 million to? That South Terminal. Because poor people make money. They're going to be full all day. They were even going to try to put Southwest over there. And then Southwest was like, please don't put us in the South Terminal. Please let us stay over here. Keep them small ghetto Spirit planes over there. Please let us stay in the big terminal. It happens. It's already happening, right? They've already bid a bid for a brand new, like, $1 billion airport here in Austin. Money is here. This is the capital. And people say, why are you there? It's so expensive. It's boring. There's no black people. I'm like, y'all are goofy. Do y'all not see what they about to do to this place? Do you not see how they turn into San Francisco? Do you not see how there's 3,000 capital companies here? Do you not see how people live on the water? You not see people, I drive 30 minutes out of town, I can have a 30-acre farm? Are you serious? Okay. But you got black people here, so there ain't no jobs. There's no jobs there's plenty of cheap, terrible jobs. Right? You want to work at Starbucks all day? You want to work at food all day? Sure. You want to go make 70 to 80K on entry-level jobs in tech? All over town. You want to make 150, 250? Meta got the other day, made 280. Y'all got to stop playing. These people are not playing with y'all. Not playing with y'all. They're not. Anyway, let me keep moving. Elitist terminal shit should be separate. Keep yourself over there. If they're so wealthy, why are they on a plane? Because it's economically not feasible. Let me be very clear. In order to own, and there's levels to this. Like, I'm going to actually buy a plane. And Sophie, I would show you this whole thing, like the cost of planes, the cost of hangars. Like, I can go get a $180,000 plane. So it's going to be a 4-seater. It's going to be a Series C. Well, there's a couple models that you can have. But and I could fly regional. I could go do a lot of shit with it. I could fly North Carolina. It'll take a little longer. I can do a lot of stuff. It's a time factor. It's a time factor. It's a money factor. In Austin, it's very popular for people to be in plane clubs where 3 to 12 dudes get together, buy one plane for $200,000, $300,000, and then they take turns riding it, take turns flying it, take weekend schedule. They get a little calendar out, which I tell you all the time, and they plan their year for who has turns on the plane. And they chip in on all the maintenance, and they chip in on the gas. See, but people don't want to hear that conversation. They don't want to hear that conversation. There's a ton of planes here in Austin. Georgetown, Killeen, Salado. They all have small independent airports all over this bad boy. But when you're talking about flying overseas, flying to Italy, flying different places, they're still gonna fly commercial. They just don't want to fly or interact with you. It's the truth. This is the real of the real. This is what master plan communities are. This is what credit cards are. I keep telling y'all, when people sit here and go, I don't even have a bank account, or I don't even have, there's over 55% of Americans are underbanked. So when I sit here and tell you, I can stop talking about the 101 stuff and leave that for somebody else. There's 55% of our American people ain't even caught up to getting a damn full-time bank. They don't even have a credit. They're like, oh, credit? I gotta go? Yes. And these companies know it, and they've made all the way. Like, you can get a debit card and get your direct deposit on it. That's insane. I would never want my employer to be like, look at this dumb. They don't even have a bank. Let's give them a card, put their money on, and then they're going to charge you fees on the card they put your direct deposit on. This is like in servitude. This is like serfdom. And I'm trying to tell you to get free out of serfdom. And you always got some older black people. Y'all don't be starting no business. It's hard out here if you start a business. Okay. All right. I mean, I'm not even always telling people to do this. I'm saying sometimes just apply for the highest paid job that you can get in your position, because a lot of you are capable. A lot of y'all got parents that didn't really like y'all. And so y'all got low self-esteem. And I don't know what the problem is, but you got to go get that therapy, baby. And you're going to say, Ericka, that's too far. Nah, You got people paying Stormy, whatever her name is, $10K to sit beside her, and she telling them they got a low vibrational plate. Man, I smack that bitch right in the face. Right then and there. Let me tell you something, chick. I done paid $10K to be on this boat with you. What you gonna do is talk about money and talk about how we gonna invest in stuff. That's what you gonna talk about. And not how I'm eating this chicken. Again, y'all, the separation is happening. Excuse my language, right? Ericka, nah, you being dramatic. What's happening right now in Dubai? Dubai, they always looking for somewhere else to party and put their money. So now Dubai is in control of the Zanzibar airport. Why you think me and DJ the Money Coach been telling y'all better get overseas if you're really serious about it and get to buying up and investing and leasing now, because Dubai and Chinese are all over the country, all over the world, looking for places to put their money. Well, Ericka, I know some Americans going to Africa and they bought a house. All right, we talking about people controlling the whole airport. We not in the same conversation. You know what I mean? I don't want to see them fight. They're in the Too Broke terminal, right? One of the private flight services I follow to offer medical transport all over the world. I'm telling you. Listen, I'm gonna give you a little tip, and then I'm gonna tell my Zanzibar folks that are going on the trip with us. It was for a round trip. What I wanted first class, laid out seat, it was $10K. I said, what is going on? Is the kite festival going on in Zanzibar right now? What's going on in the summer? So I said, okay, $10K is ridiculous. Hold on. I called a luxury booking service that books the leftover first class and business flights. I said, I'm not paying no $10K. Not for me and Boo Boo. That's too much. That's 20 dropping. Give me some better numbers for first class all around, from here to Zanzibar, all the way. Okay, ma'am, we went and looked it up. It's going to be, okay, are you ready? I'm like, I'm ready. It's $2,999. So basically $3,000. Yeah. You just saved me 70% on a first class flight over there for a 15-hour flight. Oh yeah, honey, that's no problem. Take my card now. Now I'm gonna pay 10, but I'll definitely pay at $2.99. You know why? Because this luxury company, what they do is they know every airline want every single ticket book. If they can't get $10K out your shit, they'll take the $3. They rather do that than give somebody an upgrade based on points and status. I'm just trying to let y'all know the game. It's a lot out there. There's a lot out there. And it ain't always just credit cards, but that's another conversation. Now, why did I do that? Right? Why did I book with that luxury service? Because that luxury service does that for Europe. It does that for every continent. Luxury first class, lay down seats. Again, there's so many airlines. When the pandemic happened, what happened? They were in a position of weakness. So these companies can come in and say, let me tell you something. I'm going to find you wealthy people. We're going to go find them where they live, where they work, their businesses. We're going to call them. We're going to do partnership with them. And then we're going to make sure they get on your planes. So what you want to do? Airlines had no choice. They're like, yeah, bring us some people. We'd rather take some money than no money. Okay. But this is the separation I'm talking about that y'all not really paying attention to. Y'all don't realize what's happening. They about to get y'all up out of their face. You are not going to be in their same space whatsoever. I'm talking about master plan community. I'm talking about these schools. The problems you're hearing at these inner city public schools, you're not hearing them a little bit out. You're not hearing them in Plano. You're not hearing them in some of these places because they done got the resource police officer out the school because they got money. They got more counselors at the school. They got access school activities. They got computers. They got laptops. They got swimming pools. They got all of it. Because they did what? Moved away from y'all. Said, we're going to put it over here. And only our children go to this school. And only our money goes to this particular school. I don't care what the state of Texas doing. Right? Because right now they're trying to close a few schools in Pflugerville. Now, what is Pflugerville? Pflugerville has always been predominantly what? Black, rental home properties, and Hispanic. So now Pflugerville started to get these businesses and these different things coming into the side of town. The school's short 15 mil. And they said, well, we're going to have to close 2 elementaries over here unless we can convince Texas to give us some money. And the school system said, oh, we're not closing because Texas got $1 billion surplus in their school bucket. Texas going to cut us a check of 10 mil for these schools. That's our representative. She's like, let me tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to go over here and y'all going to cut us a check. Because until we get these property taxes leveled out over here, y'all going to cut us a check. You got schools in Texas that they use the Robin Hood program and they send money all over the whole state out of Austin. When you got right beside Austin, the suburb needs the money. That don't make sense. So the lady said, let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over to that office, which is really right downtown, and y'all going to cut me this check. And guess what? They in the process of doing what? Cutting Pflugerville the check. I keep trying to tell y'all, pay attention. Okay, if you're gonna close our elementary, we're gonna put them in schools. We're gonna put these kids in that nice neighborhood over there. As soon as they heard that, they said, okay, hold on. We're gonna cut the check. You're not gonna put these kids in this master plan community school over here. No. That'd be too far to bus the children. That was their excuse. Oh, it's too far to bus the children. Let us pay for the school. Oh, you're gonna pay now. That's how much they're willing to cough up $15 million for 2 different elementary schools. So your kids will never be bused into the master plan community on the other side of Pflugerville. They're like, oh no, you gonna close the 2 hood elementaries? Now them kids ain't coming over here. I don't care if they mama driving, they not coming over here. We'll find $15 million and cut it to them. I don't know what y'all don't understand what's happening. Parts of Houston, Diamond Day said, yeah, 20% of the people are real poor here. If you actually investigate some of them areas where them poor people stay, they came from Louisiana. They came from real nowhere spots. They came from shacks in another city and then came to Houston. They be in the shack there. They gonna get you up out of there, y'all. I'm just telling y'all. I'm telling y'all in advance. April 5th, whatever you ain't got, it's 2K. Everything's 2K. We want less people coming into the funnel. We want to have less people we dealing with, less emails on, I can't find my login. No, we ain't got time for that. That's that $100 shit. If we're going to be bothered, let us be bothered at let us be bothered at $2,000 a person. And if we just got 20, 30 people that pay a month, that's cool. We'll work with those people and give them whatever they need. And that's it. Yeah. Thomas, we're done. We're done. 2K and up. Listen, the Panama trip for the VIP, we got your rooms. We got you flying over to Boquete. We bought that ticket and we got your rooms in Boquete. $2,500. That's easy money. That's easy numbers. You just coming. I mean, I don't know what to tell y'all. I mean, it really, if you can't see how this year and how all these wholesalers disappeared because they were building, why they selling you an old wholesaling course? I'm just telling y'all, pay attention. Yesterday's price is not today's price. The price of brick is going up. All of it. You gotta leave these old mindsets. People that want to tell you something and they can see it in their face that what's happening is changing and they will fight it tooth and nail. They'll drown you. My very first business went to certified resume writing. 17 years old, wrote a curriculum. Wow. I mean, listen, fit girlism, you should have put some baby powder in your hand and went on about your day. Because these people are delusional. Oh, that ain't no money. Okay. It's crazy. This people don't understand history. This whole country, the landowners make the decisions. If you didn't see Dave Chappelle go up there and say, let me tell you what you're not going to do. You're not going to build low affordable housing in this area where I done put my money and I done put my family and I own land. It ain't happening. You just saw Steph Curry. Hey, let me tell you what you're not going to do. You're not going to put low-income housing over here by my family where I live in this part of California. You're going to put them somewhere over there. If you don't understand what you're watching, that's land ownership. That's owning land. You can tell them, hey, we're the wealthy of this county. I done put you in this county seat. What I'm going to do is get you up out this seat if you put this over here. Period. That's what's happening in Georgia right now. In Atlanta, they're trying to figure out how fast they can get y'all to Macon, Georgia, and up out of Atlanta. Every day they saying, what laws can we put? That's why Keisha Bottom had to go. She knew. She like, look, I'm trying to save y'all, but y'all really cutting up out here bad. Keisha Bottom was so busy trying to get to that White House, she don't even realize how they done played her out of her seat in Atlanta, Georgia. There are people who are mayors that can be a mayor 37 times over the course of their life, right? But Keisha Bottoms was so busy trying to get the White House, she done messed up her whole little play in Atlanta. She'll never be mayor again. You got people went to jail for stealing, came back and is a mayor again of a city. I mean, you can't make this shit up. You can't. Kevin Samuels said, can't make it up. Can't make this shit up. You can't. And I'm sitting here telling y'all, there's literally a single mom, well, she's married now, here in Austin, living in a $3 million house off 620, off B Caves, off of YouTube. Built it custom. And people sitting here, oh man, these van life people, they're losers. I'm telling y'all, they coming on YouTube to make the YouTube money. I'm watching people's channels who I know make about 20 to 30K a month off a YouTube AdSense check. What I've always told my students is be careful of that. You're going to burn yourself out trying to be liked. Do something that's functional that gets you money in your pocket. If you do YouTube and you get 10 clients at 1,000 in a month and you do credit or whatever, that's great. Don't let anybody crap on that. That's amazing. If you're in my digital real estate class, you already know we're not telling you what to do. So let me see what other comments I got here before I roll out. Listen. Fit girlism, you was doing it on next level. They didn't even realize it. Next level. Let me tell you something. For government right now, I know an office down the street from where I am right now who all they did is hire a black lady. I'm gonna be careful, I don't want no smoke. They hired this black lady who's a seasoned older black lady, college degrees and all that other stuff. And basically what they do is they're paying her to apply for all these government contracts, right? She's 60% ownership in their company, but it's only for the government contracts. Like she need every bit of that money they're paying her. She there, if they get a contract, they get a big lick, it's already written up how she's gonna get paid out. You're gonna see more of that. You're gonna see all these wealthy people buying these iPostals and Postal Annex and all these little franchises. They're doing it for a combination of reasons. They need costs, taxes reduced, and if you own one UPS store, you're gonna make about 85 to 100 at the end of the year. See, UPS tried to lie to you on the franchise. I'm gonna tell you right now, I know a guy, he owns 5 stores and he's bored with them. I said, dude, you don't even have to go there. You make 85 in a year off the store. You don't even have to show up at the store. You got a few regional trainings and things they make you act like you care. You got 5 stores. Who you know turning down $500,000 a year or $450,000 a year because they're bored. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, there's a lot of people playing these franchise games for different reasons. Grant Cardone was offering that 10X Health. I said, let me get a franchise. How many nurses I gotta hire? I want a cryotherapy place real bad. Y'all don't understand how bad I want a cryotherapy place because people are gonna start paying attention to their health because of this COVID thing, but they're gonna have all these lingering issues because they don't take this vaccine that they don't know what's in it. I know I'm about to get canceled. It's 274 people here. Hit the like button. What's going to happen is those people are going to have lingering long-term effects. So they're going to be doing cryotherapy, heat therapy, B12 shots, IV therapy, right? I know 3 people right now who's there. I got COVID for the 3rd time. I said, how you get it for the 3rd time and you don't got the shot, the booster and everything else? Questionable. Maybe you should start investing in IV therapy. Yeah, girl, I should totally do it. You're going to see a sea of them people doing that. Plus, you're going to see a sea of these people that's 55 plus. They want to have abs like Super Sly. You know what I'm saying? They want to have some abs. They want to look young, Pastor Dow Jr. Part 2. And so they're going to go out here and they're going to invest in these things. Y'all think I'm playing. Let's say you have a small cryotherapy place. Sorry for reaching right now. My other phone making noise. You better cut out. Better stop it. Also changing phone numbers later this year. So if you've been having access to me, you better hurry up because I'm about to change it on you. Let's say you have that $300 a month subscription package and you got over 150 people that come to that store. That's $45,000 a month off the subscription package alone. Times 12 months of the year. That's $500,000 before people even come in and get any services. Hey man, it'd be really cost efficient if you get the $300 bundle. Then you can come in here and cryo as much as you want. And you can come in here and get 12 shots, like twice. So now the person's like, oh, $300? Again, we're talking about different price points, different people. No problem. How do we know that works? Because you see it happen where? Planet Fitness. Oh, it's just $20 a month? No problem. Your ass don't never go to Planet Fitness. Gold's Gym. Just $25, $45 a month? No problem. So now they've got, if you be honest with you, some of these local gyms got 3,000 people signed up at $25 a month. They got $75,000 a month coming through the door before they even do anything else. Because people ain't paying attention on reoccurring. Y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn. I may not be the one to teach you anymore, but y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna see. Listen, I got something dropping tomorrow. I hope you're ready. There's a few of y'all I'm going to personally email you tonight. I'm going to give you the link in ahead of time because we only opened up 25 slots and I don't want you to miss out. I think you're a highly qualified candidate. Everybody else, you come what you come, right? But That link will go out in the morning, and that link will come out tonight for a select few of you. Super Sly, thank you for the $3 super chat. He said, landowner here, California. Salute anybody who's in California and they don't own land. I'm having a hard time listening to you. You see what's happening where you are. The prices are kicking you out. Same thing in New York. When I see New Yorkers that moved to Atlanta 25 years ago and they don't own a house, I already know you're foolish. I ain't got time to talk to you. You ain't on shit. Oh, Ericka, I don't like owning. I want to rent an apartment for the rest of my life. I really love the apartment. Cool. You can tell me whatever story you want to tell me. When you don't own a house, it's because you couldn't own a house. You didn't want to own a house. They done made it too easy. Lord Jesus, the child gonna get me copyright strike. Somebody's child in the video. Putting children's faces on the internet. They about to get me off YouTube. Lord Jesus. When you realize the benefits, and people are going to tell you, well, what about cutting grass and the roof, and what about the microwave, and what about this, and what about, listen, I've done seen 100 different Texans who just all they did was buy a home in 2018, rode the pandemic, was able to pull $200,000 of equity out their house. All I'm seeing is people who live in Georgia, near Atlanta, they ain't even in Atlanta, in an old shack, just literally pulling equity out their houses and investing that money. See, a lot of times I get on these people that you see on YouTube talking these stories because they're not telling you the whole story that, hey, man, I own a house and I just happen to live near Atlanta and the value went up, so I took some money out. You are playing against, it's like fighting with one arm behind your back if you're renting for the rest of your life. If you don't own nothing anywhere, man, you're not playing the game. Well, Ericka, I'm not materialistic and I don't want to play the game. Okay, cool. I don't want to hear from you at 65 that you can't afford your apartment. I'm a senior citizen. I'm like, I don't care. Every time I've ever talked to somebody who is 55 to 75 years old, they know exactly, is to a T. Yeah, let's stay in denial. They know exactly where they made their mistake. Well, I should have not married Mr. Bobby. Mr. Bobby had 5 kids around town, but I love me some Mr. Bobby. They can always tell you where they messed up because they know. They know, right? My friend specializes in getting townhomes that have bedrooms on the first floor for elderly people near Virginia. Why does she do that? Because you have a bunch of people who realize they're not gonna be able to afford some of these houses, some of these places, these facilities. So the best thing they can do is get their buddy in a townhouse that they may be able to convince their kids or somebody to rent out the upstairs, something, right? You got people I met have 2 clients in New York. They literally are gonna move into the basement part of their what do you call those things? Brownstone, and rent out the top part so they can live. I'm thinking to myself, no, rent the bottom out and keep the top. They need the money, so they got to rent the whole thing out and live in the bottom part. Y'all got to pay attention. But they have the choice, though. They're a landowner. I was helping my parents pay the mortgage and had someone with a GED criticizing me. Man, just take your fist and push it right through their face. Let me see. Hey, Ericka, I need my lot clear to Macon, Georgia. Do you know any Sergeant King? Land clearers, you're going to see them. If you drive around town, look at anybody in the construction site. If you see somebody clearing up, you can call them. I can ask 1 or 2 people in my little network, but send me an email. We'll see. During Thanksgiving, I had a layover in DFW and saw major parts of the terminal under construction. If you're not ready for changes, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell y'all. I mean, I really am like, I'm really trying to tell y'all, like, the change is here. Like, all my prices gonna go up. I'm literally gonna be neck deep in like, oh, what is the state? The state needs affordable housing. Okay, I'll build that for you. I drove by a place the other day, and me and my significant other were laughing in the car because I was like, do you see that building? It's like, yeah, like the projects. I told all my white friends, I said, y'all see that building? Yeah, it's very unique. I said, that's low income housing. No, Ericka, no, it's not. No, Ericka, it's not. I'm looking at this thing. It's nice, it's new, but it's low income housing. I'm looking at it and I can physically immediately know what it is. It has no balconies. The stairwells are long. They're all boring and gray. The colors are funky. I'm like, this is low income housing. This is basically like projects. I drive him by and he's from, up north. He's like, oh my God, that's the projects. This is a new building. I know what I'm seeing when I see when they pay these people to build you some low income housing, honey, it's going to look like shit. It's going to look terrible. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, we got this really beautiful new building. You drive by, you're like, ugh. Literally, not even 3 streets over is luxury apartment with a balcony and the awnings and the parking. And I go, now look at that and look at this. But when I have my other friends in the car, they couldn't tell. I don't understand what you mean, Eric. I'm like, you can't tell that's low income housing. See, it's there. They just don't want to acknowledge it. It was always a class system, never black and white. A distraction from real inequalities. You are always spot on. I'm telling you, you go up north. Me and my mom went to this one side of town to go visit one of her friends who was a high-ranking military person. Their husband was high-ranking. They had bought this really nice house. We got lost. This is right before you could really use your Google Maps and be straight in that part of Maryland. It was Upper Maryland. And we go stop by a gas station and ask this guy, and he's looking at us like, where are y'all from? Like, and he was black. I think he was Somalian or Eritrean, one of the two. He's like, oh, you're going over there? Oh, no problem. It's da-da-da-da-da. Right? Before he knew where he was going, he had attitude. But when he found out we're going to this particular neighborhood, oh, it's da-da-da-da-da. Whole attitude change. Now, we're all brown in the store. All brown. We all brown. He brown. The other Somalian Eritrean beside him is brown. I'm brown. My mama brown. She driving a BMW in the up north. A high series #1 before she cracked that one. And they acting like, oh, okay. Like, again, class plays a difference. No matter where you are, man. No matter where you are. I'm in the IT course now. Yep. Congratulations. Enjoy. Spicy. Listen, y'all be cracking me up with that, but I'm telling you, listen, I don't be trying to cuss all the time. I know there's 293 people here. Hit the like button. I don't ask for much. My whole channel, listen, I have guests come on, and some of them are sponsored and paid guests, of course, but I'll see 300 of y'all sign up for their courses, their programs. You're trying. I see it. So I don't want to take away the opportunity for people to grow. But my promotions, they're going to be hot. Sorry. And I'm going to take some of these videos down and put them on the page side. Just telling you right now. Soft white underbelly. Yeah. I don't see. Here's the thing. I don't watch those channels because I can see it. Right. Like I have aunts and I know 1 or 2 other people that work child services and I just know what the future is for those people. Like I can't watch it. It really disturbs my soul. I'm not even joking. I can't even watch 600 Pound Life. That shit disturbs me. Like you're basically watching someone slowly kill themselves. And when I watch Soft White Underbelly, or there's a video going viral right now from the 606 gang. I don't want to talk gang because I don't know it. The girl got beat up real bad and she's on camera. Oh, I just want to clarify something. Honey, you're young, you're fit, you're feminine, as they would say. Move. Take that car you in, pack a bag, and move to Atlanta or Florida and start your whole life over. Because if you 19 to 21 still getting beat up and playing the gang shit and this like stuff that's from the 90s, oh my God, girl, your life, what you basically gonna have kids that grow up and do nothing. You're basically gonna have a life of misery. When I see some stuff people do, I'm like, that's caveman stuff. We still have black people like you. Where are you from? Talking gang stuff on YouTube, posting videos where the feds can see you, the RICO laws. They'll pick everybody up and everybody in the gang go to jail. All 15, 20, 30 of y'all. That's the stuff I'm like, y'all using this internet all wrong, baby. That's why I can't watch them channels, because I feel sorry for them people and I already know what's going on. They mama, I ain't gonna say she won't shit, but I'm saying their mama was made some bad choices. Now they living in a bad neighborhood. They hanging out with bad kids every day. So everything they're exposed to is this is normal. This ain't normal, baby. You in America. You got people coming over here crawling across the desert and end up living better than you and your mama. That's not normal. I buy meth down. I just know. I know what I know, y'all. I've studied so much that the other day I was talking with somebody and I just picked up the phone and called a few people and had the answers. I literally just picked up the phone and talked to a young lady that was on TV. She's on A&E show. And I'm like, hey, girl, blah, blah, blah. She's like, oh, call this person. Blah, blah, blah. It was like that. I literally called the phone and talked to money. And so I was laughing to myself because I was like, do you know how much your life has changed? That you can just hop on the phone and call somebody and they direct you to $1 million person. So that's why I said, I just knew, like, okay, prices going up, everything go up. Yeah, them countries not playing with you. In Mexico right now, there's a bunch of Americans complaining that they live somewhere for 10 years, 15 years, and Mexico then came in and said, well, we need the beachfront, so you got to go. No, I own this land. I have a 99-year lease. Get the hell on. Mexico sends the police and the military. Go look it up. I got it. Listen, go look this up. They got whole YouTube videos, a series on this stuff. Lots of Americans that went to Mexico 30, 40 years ago buying stuff. And they done, oh, we need this beachfront. Come on over here. Get on up off that. Y'all not going to go to these people's countries and think y'all going to run something? I better get out of here. Yeah, people come up missing all the time. That's why we laughing off. The terminal for soul plane. Listen, I travel so much in my 20s that I only vacation once a year now. Man, listen, nah, it's like once a month for me. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I know a person right now that like literally, they'll come into town. Their life is a reverse. They come into town, they stop by their office, they holler at their staff, get everybody on board, they do a couple meetings, everything running smooth, they roll out. They gone for two weeks out of every month. They ain't even in America. They in Panama, and then the other person is in what's that country? Is it Argentina? I think it's Argentina, but I might be mixing it up. But they be gone 2 weeks out of the year. Like, okay, 2 weeks out of every month. Gone. And so if you look on their Instagram, you're like, oh, you're in your office in Houston. They ain't been in Houston in weeks. They're like, oh no, girl, I just got that up there. My family invested in property in Maldives. They had a purchase via proxy. It was been a whole trial. I'm not ready for those big leagues yet. Yeah. San Fran is no joke. I live in the Bay Area. Austin has too many people. Not really. Got a small town. It's a terrible pilot shows. They have lowered the bar. Some of it. Planes cost as much as the Porsche. Well, this is the thing. You know, right now, I can tell you right now, there is a, oh, damn, I can't say the website. But here, let me put you this way. There's a site that I go on, that I'm a member on, that you can go find people that will fly you the 30A in Destin, Florida, in Pensacola, Florida, and Tampa Bay, Florida. Private jet. And you know what it is? It's pilots who retired. Some of them are pilots who retired, and some of them are pilots who were like, damn, I can make more money if I have a plane and I pick people up from Houston and Austin and just do this all week. Just fly on the parts of Florida. 30A. If you know 30A, they call 30A the Hamptons in the South. Go look it up. Don't take my word for this. Go look up. They call 30A in Florida the Hamptons of the South. It's only certain people over there. It's only certain type of properties. Prime example, I'm going to Hawaii. The hotels are $533 to $750,000 a night. $750. There are some $1,300 ones, but who you think's paying for that? What type of people are paying to visit Hawaii? Now, flip side, I'm not going to disclaimer. You can get Airbnb $250, $350, $400 a night, but there's somebody's what? Condo. So in Hawaii says we have a housing problem. I know. You have a beautiful place. People want to come see. You stole the money, the land from the island folk. Most of them are in Las Vegas. That's where they can work. That's where they can live. They can't afford to be nowhere else. All right. Plane club or plane share, yeah. Get in that plane and boat club, yeah. Planes cost so much to operate, you got to pay racks to just land at the airport each time. There you go. Let them know. 4-seater, we're going to need bigger than that. Don't like small planes. Those are ones great. Actually, B. Williams, the way helicopters crash, I know the Kobe Bryant thing has still got people sensitive. But the helicopters, that rotor, if anything go wrong, but you just doing this and crashing. It has no kind of glide method. When you have planes, and this is as a person who's taken maybe 20 hours so far of plane classes, but let me just get there for you. Which has a gliding method, right? You don't just fall out of the slide. You kind of glide down. That's why you'll see these stories where people are like, hey, we're going to aim for this water over here. And we're going to try to glide the plane over here. That's how that kind of works. I'm just going to say it that way. Keith Reynolds, you already know. You already know. Cleveland does too. There you go. Hayward, California has a business airport. Right now, Austin has an actual executive club on the other side of the airport where that's just private planes. But what happened is during the golf that came here at the Dale Golf event and some other event we had here, the racetrack 360, the really fast cars, the smaller ones, Grand Prix. That airport was so overfull and they were like, oh my God. You know, they were just overflowing. Exactly. If it, what's that guy? The guy said, "Do you want to be rich?" He's like, if it flies, blanks, or floats, you don't want to own it. You want to lease it. So I'm gonna leave it alone. Yeah, we got a huge underbanked people. Buying 2-acre land is relatively cheap, and the hard part is to install house, water, electricity, and other utilities. Bob, I actually, again, as a person who's building, there's programs and there's city initiatives to get you onto the city power. They want that money off you. Now, if you want to just go out there and throw a septic tank out there for about $30,000 or $15,000, depending on the size of the septic tank, and you want to do your own little power hookups, it's very incentivized to do that as well. In certain areas, in parts of Michigan, and parts of Ohio, and parts of Wyoming, they make a lot of money charging you a little bit extra because you want to be off grid. The city's going to be like, well, to get you onto the power and water, we're got to charge you like $50,000, $10,000. Why? Because they can't just do your house; they're going to do the whole street up. That's why you see builders do that. That's why you see builders come out there. Or if you're lucky, if you're a farm, the city has to do it. But that's another conversation. Thank you for the project. Yeah. Get them skills. Yeah, people be weird as fuck. Excuse me. Storm Road charging. Listen. I'm not even going to listen. I can't even hate on this. You know why? Because we had a whole show called Millionaire Matchmaker. I'm not going to front on y'all. I literally talked to 2 different matchmakers about, and I'm not going to give that away. I'm not going to give that away. I was like, serious. I was like, hey, whatever y'all tell me to do and tell me to wear, I'll go ahead and go through it. Because I had 1 or 2 friends who actually used the service and they had a nice spouse out of it. So I said, this ain't that bad. This ain't that bad. You pay a little money, you get what you want. I mean, people are very busy. There's 1 or 2 business owners I know out here who are like, I just want somebody. And this, it's not even being funny. Like, I know 2 business owners who are like, I just want somebody. It's a man. I'm like, you a man, you can go anywhere. He's like, I ain't got time. I'm building my business. And you're like, but you're a man. You can go pick somebody. Even men have problems picking people. I'm telling y'all right now. Julian, yes and no. If you go on the CDC demographics reports, there is a significant healthy, I think it's 1 in every 4 or 1 every 5 African Americans that are like doing financially well, right? And people are like, oh no, but there's so many of us that's poor. I know you want to argue with me about the poverty, and I get it. There is a significant portion of Black people that are poor. I will agree. But there's a significant, like, I'm gonna go there, immigrant class of Black, and then another level of Black people who've been living upper for a long time. I don't know if y'all know who I'm talking about, but he's a senator in New York now. But he's from Tennessee, light-skinned man. His whole family owned all the funeral homes in the Tennessee mountains for like the last 50 to 100 years, right? Them and another group of Black people, they own Tennessee. They be owning all of Chattanooga. They be owning all of Memphis. You don't hear about them, and they ain't gonna be jumping out there on the news. A lot of them look like Don Peoples, but the same thing happens in Virginia. Same thing in North Carolina. You have, I'm gonna say this, and I don't want no smoke. Tony the closer, and I know he gonna come for me, and I'm sorry. Tony Closer dad is one of the wealthiest Black people in all of North Carolina. He been making $40,000-$50,000 a month off rentals, $80,000+ a month off rentals for 30 years now. So this whole like I'm a thug thing, I'm like, this rubs me wrong because we know better. The basic math is I can go look your family up. And Max Maxwell was poor and learning from your wealthy family, and they took you and dropped you in the hood and played the sports. I don't want the smoke. I don't want it. I know it's coming. He'll cuss me out. He'll look me up. He'll do all kind of shit. But I'm telling you, this is the hoonanigans, the shenanigans. I'm trying to say the word I want. That people will jump through to try to convince you that they're the hood. There's a bunch of Black people right now on YouTube, and I don't want the smoke, but I do want it. that I know they come from 2-parent homes and wealthy families who've owned businesses, but they're on YouTube telling you they got out the mud with $10,000 of a camera equipment and offices and investments trying to play you. I'm not here to play you. When your girl hits bottoms, or I lose money, or things happen, my family ain't playing with me. Nah, man, we ain't playing that game. You can come live out here on this land for free, you can do whatever, but we ain't give you no more money, because you know how to make money, and we've seen it. We seen you make millions, we seen you lose it, we seen you make it again. Like, we're not playing them games with you. What you gonna do this year? Okay, we're gonna do about 10 mil this year. Okay. In real estate, that's not even this company. That's not even this company. I'm just talking about real estate. The projections and the numbers and stuff by the time it takes to close it all out. So I know my numbers off YouTube, and I have a small audience. And I know some people who are making 30, 40K every month. You don't think those people are investing in buying things, not just cars and vacations? They still, I mean, I know people who've made 20 million off these stock courses. And I'm not talking about Terry. There's 2 other people made big money, 20, almost 30 million. And they are playing like, here's my apartment in Miami. I just live really nice with my kid, and here's my child, and I got remarried. I'm like, girl, we know you just made 25 mil. What are you doing? Again, I don't play those games with y'all. If nothing else, you can be like, damn, Ericka be telling the truth on me. But we have this perception, Black people don't got no money. Okay. We spend money. We spend it for sure. Do we have some Bunquishas out here struggling? Do we have some Sharkeisas struggling? Do we have some Ray Rays and Jeromes out here struggling? For sure. But we got some Black people that is doing it. And that's why the dating has been so hard, because we have a lot of Black people who could be doing better that aren't. And then we got some people trying to play thug movements. Like, I know a person right now raised in the suburbs, raised with a 2-parent home, nice, healthy life. He done tatted up his knuckles, his arms. And you're like, what are you doing? You're not from the hood. You went to a private school with like almost a boarding school. It's this marketing. So this whole mantra, everybody Black is broke, that's dangerous rhetoric, man. That's dangerous rhetoric. It's a lie. And we know it's a lie. It's almost the excuse for, that's why I gotta date white women, because all the Black girls are poor. That's a lie. I know it's a lie. I've been to too many private schools. I've been to too many places, been to too many colleges. I meet wealthy Black dudes or family, they're descendant of, or they're a child of a wealthy parent. I meet them. I know they exist. Well, Ericka, that's just your bubble. No, I'm telling you. I meet these people. I know they exist. You know what I mean? She may not be the one charging $1,000,000 of they are. They are. And it's a boy. It's a mess over there. I mean, it is what it is. I had a connect in Nigeria one time. He got yeah. Great to see you, man. Thank you, Journey Jasmine. I appreciate the super chat. I just ended the call with the White House. Black women are represented in cybersecurity at federal administration level. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all. Yeah. Roger Ranch example, we see African Americans advertised on American Airlines. It's in Sarasota. Yep. Your kids can't be wandering around the airport and you lose them, then tear up the airport. God, dog. My son's in 3rd grade public school and they give him all the resources. Yeah. It depends on the school, though. It depends on where you live. Let's go there, right? You talk about Plano. Mention South Lake. Plano is money. West Planos are those who know. Listen, I can't because I was at I was near somebody's house. I can't say what I want to say. I can't say people. Listen, I got a couple friends that do real big money. I can't say they house or they city, and they be like, Ericka, I'm not playing with you. Don't put me on YouTube. I'll whoop your ass. Like, and they wealthy, and I'm telling y'all, like, when I sit here and tell you the whole little game on handyman companies and like buy the extra 50K, if I was down to my last little 100K, I do this or I'd buy this. I'm just letting you know. April 5th, the price goes up. I literally sat in my little accountability group. They said, if the price stay low one more month, Ericka, we're gonna talk bad. You're gonna have to get out of the group. I'm just telling y'all. Just trying to let y'all know. Listen, pay attention to screenshot this for your information. If you know, you know. Plano, they're not gonna live in Dallas. I'm gonna say that Prosper, Texas. They're not gonna live in Dallas. They're gonna live outside of Dallas and get more money, more house, living nice, riding around golf carts. Their kids looking at you like every time I hear somebody black say, "I'm struggling in Dallas." You are? You in the wrong spot. That don't make no sense. Not all the money that's flowing through Dallas. There you go. Yep, our county cut bus transportation to a vast academy. There you go. That's what I'm saying. Tam, no. Tam, no. People bring up Plano, but those in Plano mention where they are from in Plano. Big difference. There you go. There you go. Keep paying attention. Vancouver. There you go. They separate themselves. They don't sit there with y'all. She had a reality show on Lifetime. She became a millionaire off mid-level marketing and teaching class to teach other black women how to do the same. You even have, what's her name? They was Rebecca Lynn Pope. Listen, I told you I was gonna put on a big event. I was gonna pay Rebecca Lynn Pope, Myron Golden, I was gonna do a big event. And they were charging 30 and 50K a couple years ago to speak on stages and events. That's why I'm telling y'all out here, oh, Myron Golden's always speaking at events. He don't make no money. He's making 50K a pop. He might be making what he does about 20 speaking engagements a year. On top of his course sales, on top of his inner circle membership. Come on, man. If you're in my digital real estate class, I broke all that stuff down for y'all. I showed y'all. There's a dude, Danny Morrell, here, killing it. Y'all not trying to hear me though, but all right, just letting y'all know. They weeding y'all out. They getting y'all the hell away from them. I'm telling you. Yep. April Mason. Right? April Mason got on out of there, but they still paying her money. April Mason had about 12 to 15 ladies a year get married. You say what you want. She still got people still getting married off of her stuff. I'm telling you. What was the number? So basically, two of the marketing companies in LA were like, "Yo, you need to bundle all this up and sell it for about 8,000 to 9,000." And I said, "Yeah," but my demographic, they're like, "I don't sell to them no more." Like they were like, "Don't sell to them no more." It's like if you move your products up to 7,000 to 10,000 for the whole bundle for everything off the website, listen, okay, you only need 500 people a year. You still gonna make $4 million off that. It's a math problem, y'all. It's a math equation. It's a marketing. It's a certain type of level of conversation. I know it. I know it. That's why you're gonna see me kind of slide. I gotta go do my projects over here. I gotta do my construction projects, and I've got like a big event coming. That we're gonna announce it tomorrow, 8 a.m. But if there are a few of you, I'll send an email to tonight. So what are the funds for 2K? Any course I have, it'll be 2K. We have way too much information and data in them. And how do I know? I spent $110,000 in training over a 4-year window. And by the time I showed like three, actually it was two at the time, but three marketing and consulting companies myself, they're like, "Girl, this should be 7K. The hell are you selling this so cheap for?" I'm like, I'm just trying to help the people. But I will come on here and teach y'all something. And people call me, "Yo, I just made $40,000. I had a student come here. I took a tax lien course, went down to Macon, got a land lot for 2K, turned around and sold it for 30K to a builder. Thank you, Ericka, for the 197. I was just like, "Hey, you're welcome." You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how I know the prices are too low. I literally have people come on here, sell something to y'all, 40, 50 of y'all sign up. It's not the money. If you want to do something different with your life, you will. It's not the price point. It's the mindset and the behavior. If I sell you something for 2K and I say, "Hey, listen, we'll talk with you for 3 times over the next 90 days. Anything you buy, we'll book you for certain calls for this month. For certain courses, for sure." It's a different type of conversation because it's people that's actually going to be doing something. Nobody spends 2K to not do nothing with it. Now, I've been in Terry's Facebook group. There are a few people over there who goofy. They don't spend 2K and they did shit in years, but that's another conversation. Oh, B, I'm sorry. April 5th, it's a wrap. It was supposed to be done this month. My accountability group is like, "We're not playing with you." Tam, I'm not being messy. Y'all gotta stop. So what do I mean? And let's clarify our definitions of rich. Let's clarify our definitions of rich. You will, in a town like Austin, more often than not meet a man who's making 150 to 190 in these certain type of fields here in Austin, Texas. Why? Because we're in the capital. Two, most of the guys you meet that are owning businesses, even if it's like a tree removal service, it's plumbing, it's HVAC repair, that's going to be like, that may not be their take home, because everybody's always complaining about business owners having low taxes and low income, but they're taking home about $250 a year. I know a dentist right now taking home $250 a year. I know an eye doctor. When I originally met him 8 years ago, he was taking home about $500,000 a year. Now he's hired 2 eye doctors underneath him. He's built his own office, like the whole building. He owns the building, the spot. He done built everything up from the ground up in that mug. Got the business loan. He has 2 eye doctors working underneath him. I'd say he's at mill, and he's just turned 39. So, does he take a physical million a year, or does he take it in distributions? This is this whole argument about, well, they can't be that rich. You can be in a certain type of field and make a ton of money. Another thing is, you have a lot of engineers here in Austin and in Dallas and also Houston who will make 100 to 150 a year, but because they kept their expenses low, depending on if they're married or not, they take that $50K, they put in an apartment syndication group. Now they're getting an extra $1,000 check. And depending on how their credit cards look, how other stuff look, they might keep doing that, keep investing over and over and over. 10 years of that, 10 years of putting $50K into different groups. Again, I can't tell everybody's business like that, but you have to realize, if you go look at your 1040 easy, or A, look at all the levels to get income: rental property, farm, gambling. There's a lot, right? So a person could have a W-2 that says, hey, I only make 80 to 100K a year, but their investments are bigger. This is why I don't really get in the argument with people about people investing, because people don't really understand what I'm talking about when I say, I know people who buy a property every year. I know 2 guys who literally left Austin, moved to Ohio to buy up everything they could in Ohio. I mean, I think they're at 50 properties now. There's one guy who has a whole blog on it where he took the equity out of his house in Austin, rented it out, went up to Ohio, bought 7 properties in 1 year. Now I think he's at 20 something. But these are hidden people. This is the stuff, y'all. This is like whack-a-mole, right? It's like these old arguments. There can't be that many rich men. The W-2s don't say that. Are wealthier people going to be having W-2s? Now, they're going to have more on the other side of the paperwork, but y'all don't understand what I'm trying to say. Started a bookkeeping business, have 2 clients, still have a 9-to-5. Nothing wrong with that. You just have to figure out your number for bookkeeping. If you're charging 100K, look, he said he making 6 figures off that. Look, if you charge $100 a month, right, bookkeeping services, right? I'm just saying a low number. Well, damn, you need like, a certain number of clients to get really, really big. If you're charging $1,000 a month, now you're talking differently. You're talking, I only need 10 clients to make my 10K, and I'm gonna go enjoy my life. That's right. Steph is not playing with y'all. Keisha was not trying to save land ownership free. Yeah. This is why I don't really whole crackheads is Mary. You know what I'm saying? Mary Berry, all that. Now, Mary Berry did a lot of great stuff for Black people and a lot of programs and pushed a lot of things through. The crack was, it's just what we make fun of him as, unfortunately. Listen, they were using their wives. Their wife would be the 50, 61%, and the husband would be the 40, and then they would get these government contracts, and you ask their wife a question, she don't know nothing. That's still going on right now. That's still going on right now. There you go. Subscriptions. Oh, yeah. It's real bad. Let me see. Listen, this is my biggest thing. We would say, oh, I'm renting. Baby, rent means move. I don't understand where people be like, rent means move. Rent means move. You're gonna move. There you go, Coco Tech. Congratulations. I want y'all to understand this. If you own 3 homes in America, you are in the 1% of America. That's why this whole, oh, these real estate investors ain't nobody and they're broke. And I'm like, if he owns 3 homes, he's in the 1% of America. See, what y'all don't understand is people from the Hamptons, okay, and people from these really nice areas, they're not stunting for the gram. Most of the time, they're spending their weekends at the beach to come back with their investments. They're spending their weekends eating leisurely, driving their kids to their private school, working with their kids. They're not out here stunting for the gram, and they're not out here making these ridiculous, I'll just say it this way. When they're like, hey, Ericka, put yourself on payroll. I'm like, what am I paying myself? Whatever you want. And I was like, well, I can pay myself $180 a year. They were like, no, that's too low. It looks weird in conjunction to how much you make in this business. So I know what people do. They're playing the game on the taxes, and that's cool. I don't have a course on how to deal with contractors. If you are a serious person, I'm putting you like this, like, if you're a serious person, we got an event coming up in April. You need to be there in person. I don't have time for this. I'm being really honest. Like, in order to like really work with some people and be on the phone, there's people I will jump up and get on the phone with and help them work out stuff. Not many. I only want to deal with people who really build it. Most people aren't building. Most people aren't building. You can't win any game in a Monopoly. Again, we put the Calendly link out always. The Calendly link is out here a lot. If anybody has the Calendly link, give it to her. But you can literally just go look literally on my Instagram page and click the link. There's my Calendly link right there. It's not hard. You can even type into Google Ericka Williams Calendly and it'll pop up. So it just depends on, need help typing it? What's going on? Listen, I hope it helps all y'all for sure. I watched this video 2 hours ago. It's definitely a power move. You got the backpack. Yep. I had the same experience last week. The dry cleaning lady had an attitude and she got my address and suddenly I became sir. Oh, listen, Mr. Garcia. Oh, Mr. Garcia. I apologize. You know what I mean? You got a lot of that. You got a lot of that. That's how they gonna act. Dual citizenship. Y'all, this is not true. Stop repeating these lies. There's 100-year data on marriage licenses. And guess what the average age gap between a husband and wife is? 4 years. They've done research for 100 years in American history on marriage licenses and marriage data and marriage stats. It's 4 years. Please stop quoting these ignorant, ill-informed stuff. That's why I don't even listen. How about this? I can't. I'm gonna go ahead and block you. You're blocked off the channel. I can't. We try too hard to make this channel a good information channel for y'all to be in the chat talking goofy. It's goofy. 2 customers I'm servicing in 38 Inlet Beach. There you go. Let me see what else I got. Let me see. Oh, I got a person who I missed the call already. I can tell I missed the call. I'm gonna call them and make it long. Let me see. Is it here? Not all of them, but yes, I hear you. I mean, there was a black woman they did on the income stop. They were like, she was a nurse anesthetist and she made like $250 a year, but she's in New York. So, it's just one of those things. It's New York though. I'm gonna get a lot of smoke. People used to pretend to be richer than they are. Now they pretend to be poor. Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend that shit for y'all. I'm not gonna tell you I didn't travel all the world when I was a kid. I'm not gonna act like we were so poor. Now there was a 1-year moment we were poor. We were all smashed up in my grandma's house in a Victorian. Oh my God, what are we going to do? Everybody jumped up and became police officers and military, and everybody got in a coordinated effort with each other. You watch kids while this person had basic training, this person doing this. Okay, you're a police officer, we're doing this. We living in big houses together. Like, we did that. We did it. And then there was no excuse. Our neighbors saw it. Sold my, he's my cousin, but he's old enough to be my uncle. Sold my cousin at the house for $35,000 because he saw how hard he's working. He's like, look at your son being a police officer. I love it. Here, take this house. It's one of my old rentals. I don't care. it's a different type of energy. People feel that energy where your family's on a mission. Like, we not gonna be over here this long. I know, Black community, they're just so broke, putting that 1.6 trillion in the economy. It's so many people trying to be hoodie, and I don't get it. Not Ford. It's the light skinned guy with the green eyes, and he's always on MSNBC. And they act like, oh, his family is one of those Black families, and there's a lot of Black families like that who were the dentists, the doctors, the funeral home owners, the farms that kept alive all these years that are in that block. Congratulations, John. I hope you use my link. If you didn't use my link, that's okay. I'm still gonna be all right. Plano will live in Dallas. Plano just knows where to live in Dallas because of schools in Dallas. No, they won't. They put the children in a private school. Big fact, difference between East and West Plano. Plano is so messy. But Plano and Frisco are getting to. Prosper and Sienna's where it's at. South Lake is wow. Y'all are cracking me up. Yeah, it's real sad. Congratulations. Thank you so much, Remo Crypto. It's very dangerous trope. It's something that makes them feel better for not doing well in life. Anytime I meet people and they're not doing well in life, oh, it's because of racism and this and that. And then you ask them, when's the last time you were pre-approved for a mortgage? Oh, I'm working on my credit. You got a brand new car. You know what your credit is. What your credit is. You got the car. Stop playing games with me. I'm not going to be on the internet. Oh, Black people, they holding us down. We can't do anything. Listen, if one bank turn you down, go to another bank. Listen, y'all, they can't get me up out of though. That's all I'm just letting y'all know. University of Ericka. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. 32 days until 2K. That's what we're going to call it. 32 days. We got to get out of here. We love you. We thank you for your dollars. We thank you for participating in classes. I'm just telling you. There's a guy bringing about 30 people to tax lien sell in Macon. He charges them $2,500. Come on, Angela, tell them. Listen, somebody take a screenshot of this. Take it right now and send it to me on Instagram. Thank you. Okay, one of y'all did it. Send it to me on Instagram. Now I'll give you credit. Listen to me. I am telling you, in-person events and how to touch the money physically, how to skip the steps is in play this year. Pay attention to some of your favorite influencers and watch how they're doing in-person events. Watch how they're doing in-person masterminds. Meet me over here. Let's get the bag.com. Meet me over. Listen, I just finished watching a group of 100 real estate people go to Puerto Rico. They in a conference in Puerto Rico. People brought their whole family with them. Y'all stop playing with it. These people gonna separate from y'all and they don't feel bad about it at all. They gonna come in these towns and tear down some of these Section 8 properties, get some government money, build a brand new Section 8 place. Yo auntie looking for somewhere to live now because she can't live over there. Now she's gonna be at your house. And you sit here playing games with me. I'm telling you, when I keep telling you about Macon, Georgia, they got to figure out somewhere for them people to go. They don't want y'all in Atlanta. They trying to recruit Atlanta to be like Austin went out of balance. I'm going to just say and be honest. We got a lot of white people. It's kind of bland here. We don't have enough of the enticement to bring people to stay, right? But we only want money to stay here. It's the truth. Austin's not big enough to have a huge underclass. It just isn't big enough. But that's why you see all the people moving over 360, 2022, off on the water. We got movie stars moving here. There's like 3 or 4 influencers here. And what's funny is there's one at my apartment complex. I can see all their setup in their window because I'm nosy like that. But there's a couple here. They're making at least $50,000 off their membership group. And they're just meeting people once a week and doing a big thing here in Austin, and I'm like, look at them. I'm like, y'all get y'all money. People who make 100 to 150 a year already have spent the money before they make it. It depends. If they're up north, yes. If they're not, but a lot of people have already planned for it. They're gonna plan their stuff. It should be. It's not lanes. It's like simple something cash flow. But you should see in his bio. Basically, he left Austin and moved to Ohio. It's in his bio. Congratulations. If you have property, you can rent it out. Yeah, all kind of stuff. Listen, somebody said in the comments, Ericka, if you have property, it's a liability because you have to pay. And like, y'all, stop, calm down. If you buy a 5,000 acre lot and it's a liability to you, it's hurting you financially to keep a land lot for 5K, it ain't the 5K, baby. You in bad straits. You in a bad way. You about to be homeless. Because your property tax ain't gonna be nothing but $300. It's an empty lot unless you have it in the middle of downtown Los Angeles. If it's an empty lot, it ain't gonna hurt you like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get y'all to understand what I'm talking about. Lady B, it depends. The event I have in April will be on the West Coast. And then there will be another probably Mastermind event I'll probably have in Cabo. But it'll be only select few people will fly a private plane out there to it and keep it pushing. It's not, again, it's not about size for me. It's not about let's have all these hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people going somewhere. Nah, 20, 30 people. You can get 3 people and take over a whole city. Y'all don't understand me though. Y'all don't hear me. Congratulations. I know it's a lot they like keep telling so. Congratulations if you did. There you go. The Panama tour is not closed. You can hit the link, but we are leaving in 28 days. So I need your information so I can go ahead and put you on the plane with us when we go to Boquete. It's an hour flight, hops over from Panama City over to Boquete. It's very beautiful. So you just have it up there. Harold Ford. Yes, sorry. I saw the Ford last name and got confused. Harold Ford. Go look up the Ford family out there in Tennessee. Don't just look at him. You know, he got married to this lady and moved up north and all. He'd be saying silly stuff. He was a senator. But look at his brother. Look at his cousins. They own huge parts of Tennessee and they don't want attention on them. They want him to stop running. They're like, please be quiet. So silly. Congrats. Macon is for sale. Tasha K is having a birthday bash this month. Congrats to Tasha K. I'm a March baby as well. So yes, if you bought courses, you have to have lifetime access to courses. What's funny is we had a glitch in the system, and for a lot of people, they cut them out at 2-year mark. And so we looked up, people were like, oh, I lost access to my class. We look up, they didn't even look at their class. They didn't even take their class. So you're like, you're arguing with us about putting you back in your class you didn't even take. No problem, we'll do it. I just want to try to be very pay attention. Pay attention. Atlanta will be the new Austin. If you don't have money, you will not have no reason to stay. You won't. You'll live an hour out. You'll be exhausted trying to get here every day. Listen. All right, you guys, I got to roll out of here. I got to make up for a phone call and I missed. But listen to me. I just want to be very clear. It is the separation is happening. The big gap is happening now. March 9th is my birthday. I'm going to be in Hawaii celebrating it. Later this month, we're going to be in Panama. I'm not going to be on here like this as much as used to because we have projects and work and we'll be at construction sites. But we have 2 big events coming in April, March 29th through April 4th is Panama. We'll be hitting 2 cities. your ticket. If you get the VIP ticket, it includes your hotel room. I pay for that. I pay for your flight, and I pay for your hotel room in Boquete, right? Y'all so funny. Thank you so much. It's coming up. It's coming up in a few days. Late April, we'll have a really big event. And if you're not there, you're not there. There are certain people I'm going to reach out to and see if they'll come in advance. But other than that, hey, and that's the only people we're going to hang out with and talk with for the next 6 months. So we help them through that process. And then the end of the year, I have July, about 100 some odd days away from now, we'll have Zanzibar in Africa. And then we'll have one more big event where it'll be probably a mastermind in Cabo. So I'm just letting y'all know, keeping it up, right? Y'all can either, get with it or don't. I salute you. You've been watching me on here for years, but at the end of the day, it's going to be 2K. Everything's going up to 2K at the end of April 5th. So, oh shit. My bad. Whoopsie. Whoops, my bad. Hope y'all can still see me. Let me see what else it says. I still got to get the course, but be careful. I highly doubt it. That's so crazy. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm going to block you. Because that sounds sketchy, what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, make money, not excuses. So long story short, there's been over 500 people in and out of here in the chat. Thank you. Hit the like button. The courses are in the links. The Calendly link, you literally can just go Google Ericka Williams Calendly link. And I hope you guys really get what you're going out of here. So this is your girl Ericka, Classy Climb Blog. We've done all we could do for you. The separation is happening. I hope you're prepared. I hope you're ready. This is your girl Ericka. Later.